welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my long-awaited quarterly Boxycharm review.
Work, 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 work. To me, I be work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Cause I'm about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. I'm in the cafe, my ta, 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 ta. Line, 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 line. I'm in the cafe, my ta, 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 ta.
These are some of my favorite things to film, but I also take them so seriously that I want to take time to actually work with these products and let you know, after a lot more use, how do I feel about the products? Do I like them? Have I just never gravitated to them, or do I now love them and I'm shocked by it? Let's dive in. Before we get too far into this video, if you happen to be new to my channel, hi new friend. If you like Boxycharm, you're at the right spot. I hope you hit that subscribe button down below to see all the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Eye candy was the theme of April, and that meant we were going to be getting some great things for our eyes and our face. The first thing I talked about in my April box was the Pores No More vacuum cleaner from Dr. Brandt. I did not have a good experience with this product, as some of you may know if you saw that video, mostly because I feel like it exaggerated my pores more than anything, but so many of you guys were like, how did you not love that? Please retry it. So I retried it a few times and I was less mad at it. I kind of forgot about it, honestly, because I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. It didn't do that much for me. So I started reusing it recently and I had it on, I did it this morning and I think it did okay. I liked how it tightened, and I feel like I don't know if I'm the target demographic for this product. Like, I have some pores that I love to use other items with, like a blurring primer and great foundations, but I just don't know if this is for me. I don't hate it. It doesn't break me out. It's not like it's the worst thing ever, and I'm sure it does a great job for if you need this. I'm sure it does a great job because so many of you told me you did. I never gravitated to it. I never reached for it and went, oh my gosh, I need that today. Like I have some other skincare items we've gotten from Boxycharm. So for me, this was just still kind of okay, but I just think it's because my skin doesn't necessarily require this particular product. The next product I'm going to be talking about is something I have tried to make work so often. You've heard me talk about it in videos, and so many of you were so great and told me how you felt about it too. The Tarteist Pro Glow. I have that on today on my shoulders, on my collarbone. I refuse to put this on my face anymore just because it's so flippin' difficult to work with. You have to work super duper quickly or it leaves a lot of weird impressions on my nose. It ended up making like a bunch of my foundation just pull off no matter what I used, my fingers, a wet damp beauty sponge, anything. I think I'm going to declutter this. I wanted this so badly to work. One, because it was a Tarte product that Boxycharm gave us and I was really excited for it. But I just also think liquid highlighters in this consistency don't work for me. It becomes a super glittery mess. I literally just opened it and I have a glittery mess all over my fingers. If I open up my beauty drawer and I see something that I'm like, no, not using you. No, not using you, like every single day, I think I just need to declutter you. This product totally surprised me. I've spoken about it recently that I've had a change of heart about this a little bit, and it is the Brow Gal Instant Brow Hair number 2. I didn't know how I felt about this at first because I felt like it kind of made my brows patchy. I felt like it wasn't doing a great job, but then I realized it was more of a color situation, and I had also never tried something like this. This is a tinted brow gel with microfibers. I had never ever tried something like this. So it was a learning curve I had to get used to. I have now been using this for, gosh, weeks and weeks now. I've talked about it in recent videos. I like to combine this with some ColourPop pencils, and I think it does a great job. I'm now interested in trying some more of these tinted brow with microfiber items. I don't know if I'm going to buy another one from the Brow Gal because I'd like to try some other things, but this totally opened my eyes to what that is like as a product because I'm not the best at doing brows. I've always had very thick brows as it was, so I've only recently had to start really getting into the brow game. But I like this. I was really shocked that I did. 2 last items in the April box, and one of them, guys, I told you how much I loved it, and I think you guys had the similar experience, unless you got something you already had, which was the ColourPop palettes. I was so grateful that Boxycharm collabed with ColourPop so many people could try ColourPop shadows for the first time. So many of you said that this was the first time you'd ever get to use one, and you were excited. I got the Semi Precious palette, which is all shimmer shades, and I don't mind it at all. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. this is kind of the look I've been going for this summer, where it's just like a beachy, light colored, easy eye look. I can just use my fingers, and that's how I highly recommend with these types of shadows to go in with them, is with your fingers. You're gonna get more color payoff, and you're gonna have more control of the product as well. Brushes are good too, but I feel like with this formula, use your fingers. So many other palettes that they sent out, I already had. I had 3 of the 5 palettes they sent out, and I told you, I don't think you can go wrong with those. Did you guys still like yours? I know some people were a little upset that they only got shimmers or they got something that they already had. And like I said before, I recommend if you've got something that you just don't love or you already had it, to share it with someone that is also a beauty lover, because ColourPop is amazing and so many people are still wanting to try it and they just haven't yet because for so long you had to order it online. I highly suggest these, love them. And the last product we got that month was a Des New York. It's a high definition liquid lip gloss. I'm actually wearing this today. I've worn this recently this summer because it kind of gives this nice little shine to you. It's not as sticky as some other glosses that I've had, and I do like that. And it's got some lasting power too, so I don't feel like every time I take a drink of water I have to reapply. I think it does pretty well, and I'm still really impressed with it, but I still hate that there's no name on it, so I can't even rebuy it if I want to, unless I'm guessing online maybe, but I like this. Moving along to May, that is when we got our Boxy Bash, and we had so many interesting items in there. Some of them I didn't even realize I still had, and some of them I've not really touched again. So let's kind of jump into it. The Cover FX primer for me was amazing. I really enjoy this. I love that it's tinted. I was not expecting that. If you want to, you could even just use this for foundation if you're not wanting to do anything heavy or you're doing a light summer day look. This stuff is amazing and I really do like it. Now, having said that, I've been trying a few other blurring primers as well. And for some reason today, I don't know if it was this or this that kind of messed up my makeup. I put on this morning right out of the shower, kind of just did a little mask, let it breathe, had some time, put this on, let it rest, and then put on some foundation. Now when I went to powder, using the same powders I always use, something happened. It kind of like pulled my foundation in the area that I was wiping away my bake from my Coty Airspun, and I don't know which product of this it would have been. I've never had a problem with this, so I'm almost wondering if for some reason this did that. I don't understand the logic behind it, to be perfectly honest, but I was shocked that some of my foundation got pulled away after I did my powder. And these were the only 2 new things that I had done in a combination in a while. So I'm not sure. I'm going to be testing this one a bit more to make sure it wasn't this, because I just don't think it was this. Now, moving along to another product is the Pretty Vulgar Liner. So I talked about this and so many people said they loved it and that it was jet black, it was amazing. For me, when I got my box, the lid was kind of ajar. So that is what I'm going to blame on the fact that I have never used this little sucker since. I don't like it. I thought I already decluttered it, and then I opened up my beauty drawers over here and I was like, I still have you? I don't know why, unless I was gonna really think I was gonna try to retry it at some point and never did. This is not my jam. It did not go on well with any of the brushes that Boxycharm gave us or anything that I already had. I tried it with several different kinds. I'm just not a fan of this. I just don't think this works for me. And again, it could have been because my lid was ajar. Who knows? Aesthetica brushes. We got a trio of eye Aesthetica brushes, and I only know where 2 are. So I don't know if I lost one in the move or if it's just kind of lost in my little beauty space right now. These are okay. I mean, they're not my favorite brushes in the world. They're nothing really to write home about, so I'm not going to spend much time on them. They're not bad. I like Aesthetica as a brand. I've used them before for blenders, for other brushes. This small trio just wasn't like something I would have sought out, but they're not bad. I still have the spoolie and the one that I would use for either liner or brows, and I guess those are fine. I just can't say I've reached for them in a while. Other Aesthetica brush that we got, I do use very frequently, every week, and it is the Aesthetica P12 Face Brush. I use this for mostly a bronzer. For example, this is kind of what I've been doing. I'll just dip into this and just kind of go right over here. Something else I have used this for is powder foundations. This has actually done well with powder foundations as well, so I've liked it for that. This is a great brush. It's got a nice dome shape to it. It's got long bristles, very soft. I don't mind it, and I've used it a lot. The other 2 items in the box are kind of hit or miss for me at this point in the game. Let's talk about the matte lip gloss from Beauty Creations. I believe this was a collab with Boxycharm because I think they even had the Boxycharm packaging with it. This stains your lips. When you put it on, it's like long wearing. So if you are a nurse, if you have a long shift, this can be amazing for you if you got a color you love. For me, it was too sticky for so long and it patched off on my lip like in one spot when I filmed my review for you. It just disappeared because I think it stuck to the top part of my lip because it was still sticky even after a long time of wear. But it also really stains your lips. So if you're thinking, you know, I'm just gonna have this on for 5 or 6 hours. No, it's very, very long wearing. And I'm not too fond of the shade I got. It's 24 Kiss Me. I don't really know if I'm gonna be keeping this in my collection for much longer because I don't reach for it because I know it's going to stain my mouth for that amount of hours. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not good. So, do you guys like this? Did you get it? Do you still use it? I honestly forgot I had it. Pure Sculptor palette. This little guy kind of surprised a lot of us because it's a lot darker of a contour than I think some of us thought it would be. I mean, I know I have a lot of dark-skinned friends that were really excited about this, and I'm so happy we finally got something in the box if we weren't going to have totally customized boxes just yet that could really speak to a lot more people. I still like the smell of it. It still smells like chocolate, and I think it still does well. It just, somebody even said in my comments before when I first tried it the very first time on camera, they were like, oh my gosh, girl, it did the same thing to you that it did to me. It made you look like you had a 5 o'clock shadow. And it kind of did. You have to take such a light hand with this if you're fair or medium complected because it can kind of go crazy and spread. You have to blend the shit out of this contour. Now the highlighters though, that has been my jam. Like I said in some previous videos, this is super similar to some ColourPop highlighters that I have that I love. I have reached for this palette just for these highlights before, for the top of the cheek or on the eyes, on the nose. I think this is a beautiful highlight. I do kind of wish I could just depot these, and I guess maybe I could try. Yeah, it looks like I could try to just keep these and maybe get rid of these because I really don't reach for this dark contour, and it is summertime, so if I was ever going to use it, 'tis the season, you know? But the highlighters, I adore. I may look into that. As much as I like this little palette because it has a mirror, which is handy for travel or just kind of popping on makeup, I think I only am going to use the highlighters going forward. So I'm going to look into depotting it. We had a Caribbean theme this past June. It was so amazing because the one thing in the box that we all, I think, pretty much agreed with was the Alamar palette from one of our very own Boxy gals, which is Gabby. This is her company. We love this. I'm still gonna come up with some looks for you guys if you're still interested in me doing some looks with these. Super pigmented, super creamy. I have reached for these orange and red shades a ton, these blue and green shades all the time. I still think La Costa is the one I have reached for all the time. I love to just use my finger, put it on my inner corner, and just do a pop of color for any look I'm doing. These shadows are crazy amazing and consistent. I can't get enough of them. I think they're really amazing, and this was the thing that for me the whole box was made with this one item. Still love it. The other products that I really loved were these Luxie brushes. We got 3 different Luxie brushes, and I think you guys know by now you do not have to use a brush for what it is recommended for. It's only a recommendation. For me, for example, I really like to use the Duo Fiber Powder Brush as a highlighter brush. It's got some stippling structure to it at the end, so that way if I want to just, here, I'll show you, tab into some of these highlighters and just go right up here. I feel like I have a lot of control and it doesn't overpower and do a lot. But we also did get a highlighter brush as well. Where is it? This tapered highlighting brush is obviously still good for that as well. But I can also tell you I like to use this for contour because it's got a nice shape to it. It's domed and it's not too big if I want to be really precise with it. And the foundation brush I've loved to use for powder under the eyes or some powder foundations as well. I've not used it with a liquid yet because I'm so addicted to using a sponge for my makeup as far as foundation goes, but I've been using this brush too. I love all 3 of these, but I don't think I've ever had a Luxie brush I didn't love. You guys still like these? Now, I did not get to try these on for you in the last video because we didn't have any lash glue and I didn't know where mine was because I just moved, but I have attempted to use, these are Monroe 3D Silk Lashes from Baddington. I've tried to use these at least once or twice. I finally found my lash glue, still may go buy some more, but when I tried to take these out, they started to rip. So I was like, readjust. It was like, I'm not wearing a lot of lashes this summer. I'm really in the summertime just appreciating a put on some bronze and go look. And when I retraced, I was like, you know what, I need to review these, let me try them. I try to take them out with my tweezers like I always do, very gently. And these were just like kind of falling apart. And then once I finally got the first lash out, somehow, some way, a piece of lash came across from the band. It like came off, it popped or something. And it was sticking out the edge and it looked really uncomfortable, so I had to snip it. But now you can fully see on here how it's just not formed right. I was at that point where like, you know what, I didn't even want to wear lashes today. I was just gonna do it to review them. And if this is how the review is starting, I don't got time for that today. So I'm not impressed with these. I really loved the pure lashes we got though from them last year. I feel like I was spoiled with those lashes because I still keep them in my collection and I still try to make those babies work because I need to buy a new pair. But these are just like, Ofra. I love Ofra liquid lipsticks. I think Boxycharm is who introduced me to Ofra liquid lipsticks. I got the shade Verona, which is a pretty deep, like, it's kind of one of those brown corally shades. It's got a deep undertone to it, so right now I don't like to pull it out too much for summer, but it's a great formula. I think I'll be using it this fall a ton. I love Ofra liquid lipsticks though, so I was game, but I also have gotten purple ones from them before and I loved it, so you know, I like the brand. Sol de Janeiro lotion is the last thing I'm going to talk about today, and I am wearing it on my body, on my legs. I am obsessed with this, and so many people said right after they got this, they went out and bought the full size product because obviously this is more of like a sample size. I think it was only retailed for $10 because I think they're trying not to call it a sample, but let's be serious. This is a tiny little muffin, right? I mean, if you're going to want to use this every day, you need a big one. I have sparingly used this because I've not bought a new one yet, but I adore it. I love the smell. I love how it just nourishes my skin as well. So this was a huge win from Boxycharm. Super excited. One more thing. I keep finding things to review. The Jante Blue 912 Charcoal Eyeliner Pencil. This I'm just going to declutter right here, right now, because I tried to use it. I don't like it, but I also just don't gravitate to this type of eyeliner. It's just not really my jam. I'm going to prefer like a felt tip, like liner that's going to be more of like a wet formula than a pencil formula. This just isn't my jam, and I tried several times. I know some people said I could heat it up and that would work, and that totally would work. I think I'm just going to donate this or give this to a friend because I don't really like it. I just don't. I'm not really too impressed with the Jante Blue line though, to be honest. Guys, this is so much makeup to digest. I can't believe it has already been 3 months and I'm sitting down to film this for you. I have so many things that I love here. Like, I really love the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I think this is awesome. That's why I don't believe that this is what gave me that issue earlier today where like my foundation's kind of patching through. I think that could have to do with the skincare I did before it. It sounds weird though. I don't know if that's ever happened. I don't know. The Alamar palette. I mean, this is gorgeous. The formula is amazing and I've loved using this. You guys have seen me come on camera with some bold eye looks because of this palette. I love it so much. Brushes, I obviously adore. I love when we get good quality brushes that we don't have to spend money on because these retail for a lot of money. A lot. You know, I love ColourPop and I always love trying new things that apparently could really help my makeup game. Like, I was not expecting to like this like gel, like brow fibers. Like, what? I was not expecting to like them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are new to my channel and you like Boxycharm, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to see all the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Bye, friends!